So the last thing I did that was Lego provided was the Millennium Falcon,
Oh, sweet.
which I got to build with Adam Savage from Mythbusters. That was cool.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool. So how did that happen? How did that happen? They just contacted you?
I contacted them. The Falcon was big news. Everybody knew about it. Everyone was super excited. And when I
Uh-huh.
found out, I think there were 12 that were going to be sent out to the different blogs and websites for them to review. I was
Wow.
the 12. I was like, yes. So I
Nice.
contacted Norm from Tested. I have a Falcon, and that's pretty much all he needed to hear. I packed it up. It arrived. I was already packed and ready to go. They dropped it off. I put it right in my truck and drove to San Francisco. And we got all set up. And then the next morning we started building it. And we built all day that day, and then all day the next day, or half the day next day. And
Oh,
then
wow.
it took 12 of us 12 hours to build. I think is how it worked out.
Wow. How big is that thing?
It's huge. It's like the biggest Lego set ever. I don't know if the Hogwarts castle is dethroned as far as number of parts, but that's also small parts. It's a micro scale set. It's
Right.
just lots of little parts. The Falcon itself is, I mean, it's that big. It's huge.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a 36 inches, I think. Long,
Jeez.
and over 7,000 parts. It's gigantic.
God, that thing's crazy. That must be cool to see in person.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Since then,
sweet.
I've actually added the lights and sound kit from Brick Stuff to it. There's also I put some video of that on as well, and it's now even cooler. I mean, it's got a remote control and it makes noise. I'm planning on hanging it in the corner of the shop. The other side of the building is well, I'm in the back room. The front room is like my office as well as the building design area. That's where all the Lego is, and then there's also a production suite, and then James's area, his corner.
Right.
I'm planning on hanging the Falcon in the corner of the front room. It's just sort of terrifying to do. I got little hooks and to go on a drop ceiling. So I have a drop ceiling in here.
Uh-huh.
And I bought like super high tensile strength fishing line, the braid.
Yeah.
But still, I can't work up the nerve. It's gonna be fine thing it up there because it's like, I think it's over 15 pounds.
Yeah, it's pretty massive.
Lego, and it's not the sturdiest of things. You can't build something that big and that weird, complex with all those intersecting compound curves and stuff without sacrificing a little bit of strength. And
Right.
it won't take a fall.
Yeah. Ooh.
It'll obliterate itself.
Oh man.
It's kind of terrifying.
That would be scary.
Cool. There's a sign. It takes 2 USB cords to hook up. There's a sign plug right on the ceiling there, so I can hang it up in the corner, run the plugs up, and then you just have the remote control and you just fire it up.
Man, that's gonna be cool when you get that thing up there, though.
Yep.
That's gonna be awesome. So, go ahead. What?
But it's scary as hell.
Yeah, you'll work up the nerve one day, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if it
live on Twitch, this should be fun.
Oh yeah.
There's every possibility it'll come crashing down spectacularly.
I mean, if it falls, is it done for good, or is it just going to be in pieces so you can rebuild it? What do you think?
Well, that's the great thing about Lego. Unless you try really hard, it's never really broken. You can always put it together. So
right.
it would be instantaneous kit form. So
right.
Probably wouldn't be damaged.
So what do the instructions on that thing look like?
They're I don't have it right here, but it's a spiral bound manual about an inch and a quarter thick.
Jeez.
The biggest form factor they make is about like that.
Right.
Which is like 16 by 9.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a little bit wider, 16 by 12.
Wow.
Spiral bound. It's a book.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
Does anybody try it without the instructions? Just do it on their own?
Oh, I don't see how you could. Probably somebody out there insane enough to try, but yeah, you can't really reverse engineer from the outside in.
Yeah.
Just the way it's built is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, it's got interior sections on it that you can't see. I mean, I suppose if you had enough photographs of other people building it, you could do it. But if you just have the picture on the cover, there's no way.
No way, huh?
I just don't think you can do that.
So are the instructions pretty clear? Are they good, or are they kind of like IKEA style with just photos?
Well, they're typical Lego. There's no words in it. It's all just pictures of the model being put together. It's
Oh, okay.
pretty good. I mean, there's always some problems when you're putting things together. Like you can't tell what there's one piece that was added in there that you missed. It's a tiny piece and it was off one section that you didn't notice, and you get like 6 to 8 steps later, and suddenly you can't attach something because that piece is missing. Oh no.
Yeah.
Back it up, figure out where you can. But you can do that on a small set too. It's not that uncommon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds fun. Do they still sell those things?
Yeah.
How much are those? Do you know offhand?
I think it's 800.
800?
600. Actually, I'll just look. I'm sitting right here in front of a computer.
We have the technology.
Lego.com. And of course, it's being very slow. Falcon. I can tell you it's so expensive that if I didn't have, if Lego hadn't sent it, I still wouldn't have one. Yeah, it's $800.
$800, man.
It's $800. Let's see if it's got the part number on there. They stopped putting part numbers on it on some stuff. Yeah, there we go. 7541. 7,541 pieces. It's
wow.
It's an epic build.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hogwarts. Hogwarts Castle. This one's only $400, but also had a really high part count. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's only 6,020. So the Falcon still reigns supreme.
Falcon beats it, huh?
Yep. By over 1,000 parts.
Didn't they have an old Falcon? Lego had an older one before this one?
Yeah, they had. It's very, very similar to the set. When we were building it at Tested, Sean Charlesworth brought his old one in. And that's like the old kind of holy grail of sets. They were going for ridiculous prices on eBay and the aftermarket. Still are, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But he brought in, he had to do a little bit of repair work for it. Apparently, some things fell off a bookshelf on it. But him and his wife hastily put it back together, and we had it there for reference when we were building the new one. And they are almost identical scale, but vastly different build aesthetic and final look.
Huh, interesting.
Way smoother, less studs on it, and the way that they handled some of the compound curves is a totally different approach.
Yeah.
I really like the new one, actually, a lot better than the old one.
Yeah. It's crazy. How do you know how like they kind of, because are they all like specialty made pieces pretty much to make these sets that Lego creates?
No, I think the only new part in that set, I mean, there's custom printed ones, but I think the cockpit was the only new part that was made specifically for that set.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
So someone at Lego just kind of figured out how to build it and make it look crazy. I'm sure a whole team of people did, huh?
It was primarily one designer. He probably had 2 other guys helping, and then I'm sure it took probably a year and a half to sort it all out between building it over and over again and figuring out where the weak points are and strengthening it and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's not a fast process for stuff. They work on stuff well ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. That seems like a cool, fun job. They just give you like something to work on and then figure out how to build it.
Yeah.
Is that do you do that kind of stuff too, or you're mostly doing kits that have already been kind of sent to you?
Stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing about being a Lego designer is you have to live in Billund, Denmark, and it's a really small town. It's like this